Hello, future criminologists, especially to my students there from the Professional Academy of the Philippines. Upon reviewing your concept papers, I noticed that some of you seems to be confused on how to make a concept paper. And for my viewers there as well, I noticed that some of you are also asking questions about how to make a concept paper that properly aligns with your institutional format. Now, today, I will be sharing on how to create a concept paper with a step by step guide, as well as added, let's say, context on the correct content that you need to input in each paragraph or in each part of the concept paper. Okay. So of course, we need to start with the title page. So in the title page, we need to put of course our title. So dapat ang atong title na adiri sa pinakauna and it should be boldened, okay? Next, we also need to indicate there kung asa nato gi-present ang thesis. And for me, or in my case, this is a thesis that is presented to the Faculty of College of Criminal Justice. And of course, we need to indicate kung asa ang address ang naimuhang educational institution. And in our case, the Professional Academy of the Philippines is located at South Poblacion City of Naga, Cebu. Now, I also have to indicate there kung para asa ni nako gihimo ang usa ka research paper or ang usa ka concept paper. So this is a partial fulfillment para sa subject nako nga criminological research 1. Now, since this is just a concept paper and I'm handling the subject criminological research 1, so of course, mauna akong gi-state nga subject for this concept paper. But it can change depende sa kung unsa ang subject or let's say course description sa imuhang eskwelahan. So let's say it can be changed into practical research 1, practical research 2, and so on. Okay? Now, moving forward, we need to also indicate sa mga names sa members or kinsa ang author ana nga study. And for my case, of course, I have to put my name there, but that is just an example. Okay? Now, we also have to indicate the date, so specifically the month and the year that you have produced or made this concept paper. Now, as to the layout, or let's say the format that follows the APA format, the 7th edition APA format, I cannot find my glasses. Morang naglibog ko. Okay, the APA format. Anyway, we just need to clarify. We just need to not clarify. We just need to look for the right font. Now, as for our institution, before nag-use me both Arial and Times New Roman, but in our recent orientation, we decided nga Arial na lang jud tanan. So for my students sa PAP, Arial ang pangalan sa ato ang font or ang font nga ato ang gamiton, okay? Now as for the font size, since we are following the APA format, automatic 12 jud na ang iyahang font size, okay? Now, for the title page, kani sila nga part, this should be centered. So since ato man siyang is-centered, we just need to click on this one here na ana siya sa babaw and it's just centered para masintro ang atong title, asa nato gi-present ang atong thesis and so on. Now, as for the other part, this needs to be justified. And same concept with how we will center our text. Okay, we just need to click on this one para ma-justify ang ato ang text. Okay. Now, moving forward, we need to also improve the layout of our thesis or our concept papers. So here we need to click on the layout para ato ang ma-edit ang iyahang margin. So here's a layout. And then we just need to click on this one. We can see here margins. Ato muna siya itong i-click. And here we need to customize our margins. Now for the top, it should be 1.5. For the bottom, it's supposed to be 1.5 as well, but kanang automatic man gud ni ang setting sa ako ang software sa MS Word. So muna siya na 1.68 para mo fit siya sa ako ang paper. And left should be 1.0 centimeter and right should be 1.5 centimeter. Okay? And here, we can also change the paper layout. Now, for the paper, as for the paper layout, it should be 8.5 by 11, which means short na siya nga paper, okay? So 8.5 by 11. So muna ang papel nga atong printanan sa ato ang concept paper o sa ato ang thesis. Now, moving forward, let's dive into the parts of our concept paper. So, of course, for the first part, we have the background of the research. Now, in the background of the research, syempre kay background man, you need to provide context about what your study is all about. So since you want to provide context about what your study is all about, di jud ka mo jump diretso kung unsa ang problem sa imong study. Imuha usa i-introduce kung unsa na imong study mainly and asa na nagikan nga nakakita man ka og problem nga gusto nimo sulbaron or gusto nimo ma-enlighten ka mo na magkanda ka og study. Now, the title of my study is the employability of the Bachelor of Science in Criminology graduates of Professional Academy of the Philippines. So here, the employability, I want to assess if the graduates from the Professional Academy of the Philippines are employable. So this also serves as like a tracer study. Kay gusto ko makibaw nga kato ba mga nang graduate nga gikan sa mo ang institution, nakatrabaho ba dayon sila? Pila man ka percentage ang wala nakatrabaho? Pila ka percentage ang naglisod og pangita og trabaho, and pila ka percentage ang nanarbaho na sa Tri-Bureau baron, sa government agency, public agencies, or private agencies. Okay? Now, since we are talking about the employability of the Bachelor of Science in Criminology graduates, kay gusto lagi ko i-prove nga ang kaning mga criminologists o criminology graduates kay makakita gihapon og trabaho despite nga daghan kayong basher ani nga kurso. Ako hasang gi-introduce asa day ni gikan nga problema ngano naka-decide ko ani nga maghimo ko ani nga study. So based akong observation, there has been recent discussions on social media that have brought attention to the stigma experienced by criminology graduates and licensed criminologists who are often perceived as lacking the competencies required across various professional fields. So sa first sentence nako akong gistate kung asa nag-root ang problem nga gusto nako sulbaron or asa jud nag-root ang kaning ako ang idea. Okay? Then ako mang na-notice nga daghan kayong basher ang mga criminologists o criminology graduates and criminology students. And they're often degraded and disregarded because lagi ka mga criminologists o criminology graduates kay they lack skill, di ni sila maayo, dili ni sila employable. Okay? Now, since I have talked about criminology as a course and as a professional field, syempre ako sa jud i-state unsa day na ang criminology, unsa man ang mga subjects nga gi-offer sa criminology. So I stated here, such perception, so ang kani daw mga negative na perception sa uban kurso, ilang gi-disregard nga ang kaning criminology is a comprehensive and multidisciplinary course. There are different trainings that criminology students and criminology graduates and criminologists in general must undergo. And these trainings and courses or subjects that they must learn and undergo includes law, forensic science, medical response, and ethical principles, which are areas vital to criminal justice and justice administration and public safety. So for my second sentence, akong gistate diha, unsa di ay ni ang criminology? Unsa di ay ang subjects nga gi-offer under sa program nga criminology? Okay? Now here, I have quoted some authors. Studies by Procurato et al. And by Bado and Estacio. Now take note. As you can notice here, Procurato et al. Open and close parenthesis 2024 and by Bado and Estacio open and close parenthesis 2025. So the proper way of quoting authors, if taas gani na ang imuhang ki-quote nga gikan sa ilahang books or sa ilahang literary outputs, mao ni siya ang atuang gamiton nga format. Okay? Name sa atong author, open and close parenthesis, the year nga na-publish ang ilahang literary output. However, if short ang imong quote, You can just state Procurato et al. 2024 stated that corrections and private security, uy, private security and related industries are vital, let's say, no, not exactly vital, are the common, let's say, labor market, that criminologists and criminology graduates apply to. So, if short ra na siya, nya imo siyang gi-paraphrase, which means na-get ka og idea, and with the same idea, imo siyang gi-rephrase. Imong gi-usab ang iyahang phrasing, but same ra gihapon ang context sa thought. So, magamo na ang time nga magamit ka og quotation marks. Okay? So, muni siya ang atong gitawag nga quotation marks. Kaning quote. Okay? So that is for short quotations. Pero kung taas imuhang quotation, such as this one, there's no need to use the quotation marks. And that is the proper way of quoting our authors. So that is following the APA format as well. Now, moving forward, nag-quote na ko og authors and I also quoted their kaning their a sentence or let's say a paragraph from their literary outputs pero ako ra na siyang gi-integrate ang duha, okay? So here, Baibado and Estacio support the employability of criminology graduates in sectors such as law enforcement, corrections, private security, and related industries, highlighting their strong foundation in knowledge, skills, and professional values. So ako nang gistorya diri sa ako ang second sentence nga unsa ni ang criminology as a course. Unsa ang mga subjects nga gi-offer sa criminology as a course. Now, nagkuha ko og literary outputs from other authors that supports the idea nga ang kaninang criminology graduates pwede di ay sila maka-join in different fields. Pwede siya sa private or public sectors, such as the law enforcement, corrections, private security, and related industries, highlighting their strong foundation in knowledge, skills, and professional values. So sa first paragraph, akong sa, not the first paragraph. So for the first paragraph, okay, for the first sentence sa first paragraph, akong gi-state diha unsa ang problem, asa nag-root ang problem. Gipambash ang mga criminology graduates and criminologists. Sa ikaduha, akong gi-explain what is criminology as a course. Sa ikatulo, nag-quote ko og authors. Unya, this quotation supports the idea that despite the bashing, despite the downgrading of criminologists and criminology graduates, still, ang kaning criminology graduates are highly employable in different sectors. Okay? Now, after you quote a sentence from a literary output, of course, you also need to explain why this quotation is relevant to your study and why is it connected to the paragraph or sentence that you are making. So, diri, ako nang gi-quote diha nga, ang kani di ay criminology graduates, they are highly employable. So, ako dang gisuportaran nga, which helps challenge misconceptions and negative perceptions from other professional fields that tend to diminish the value of criminology as both a profession and an academic program. Okay? So there is the last sentence sa akong first paragraph. Ako ada yung state nga despite the bashing, there are studies nga nag-support that criminologists and criminology graduates are highly employable. And these studies help challenge the misconception. Na-challenge nila ang kaning perception sa ubang tao nga ang kaning criminology is a doomed course because there are lots of career opportunities for criminology graduates. And to further support the idea that criminology graduates have lots of career opportunities, nag-state na pod ko, ako na pong state ang CHED Memorandum Order number 21 series of 2005. Nga niingon, um, It provides graduates on criminal justice education now. It provides graduates with diverse career opportunities in both government and private sectors. This indicates that graduates of the program can pursue employment in various fields. As what I have said, murag ako nang i-reiterate, nga ang kaning graduate sa criminology program and criminologists in general is pwede maka-apply o makatrabaho sa lain-lain nga field. May it be in the private or public sector as long as it is aligned in law enforcement and public service. Now, given this context, assessing the employability of graduates through a tracer study becomes essential. So, diri na nisod ang main idea sa ako ang study. Tungod kay niana daw sila lagi nga ang criminology graduates are not employable. Ako ang gipasabot unsa na ang criminology. Naghatag kog supporting ideas why criminology graduates are employable. Ako dayong gi-insert nga to prove that criminology graduates are employable. Naghimo ko or nakahuna-huna ko nga mag-assess sa employability sa criminology graduates through a tracer study. So, mao na din na ang main point sa ako ang study. And here, ako dayong gipasabot unsa na ang tracer study and why it is important or why is it important. So, given this context, assessing the employability of graduates through a tracer study becomes essential. As emphasized by Refugia, so another author, higher education institutions are expected to produce competent graduates who make meaningful contributions to the workforce, and tracer studies serve as a vital tool for evaluating curriculum effectiveness. So, since ako naman gi-introduce ang tracer study, sa next dayon ako nga sentences, ako dayon gi-explain unsa ni ang tracer study and why it is essential para sa ato ang curriculum or sa ato ang development, or why is it important for me to conduct the said study. Okay? Now, this one here, this answers sa ato ang paragraph format. No, not the paragraph format. This answers to our concept paper format. This is just the first part. Og both hunana on these two paragraphs, this only answers the first paragraph. It answers, what is your study all about? What is your study all about? And what else? What are the problems that you want to address in your study? Let me just check so you can see it. Okay. Wait, sa kay nag-loading. Okay, so here, I have noticed that some students, wait, sa concept paper example. Yeah, I think it's this one. So this is the concept paper example. I hope it is visible. Okay. So here, the first two paragraphs nga ako ang gibutang sa akong concept paper, that only answers the problem here. What is the research problem? Now, I notice since the question is, what is the research problem? Na iban students, ni jump diretso nga, the research problem is blah, 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 blah. No, you need to introduce first, asa na nag-root ang imuhang research problem, asa na naggikan. Okay? Now, for the second paragraph, we need to answer, why is this research important? Now, in my concept paper, let me check. Asa na to? Okay. In my concept paper, ako ada yung gi-state diha nga, let's see. This state nga, the study is significant because it provides a clear practical description of the actual employability. Let me just, yeah, okay. Actual employability of criminology graduates and licensed criminologists produced by the Professional Academy of the Philippines. Oh, actually, for my first part gani di ay, there are three paragraphs na nakalimtan ng koan. So here, ang ako ang main purpose is, of course, the aim of the study is to examine the employability of criminology graduates and licensed criminologists from the Professional Academy of the Philippines. So it's just to talk about why it is essential for me to conduct the study, and it talks about what is the research problem or the gaps that I would like to address. And the gap that I would like to address is, of course, to assess the employability of the graduates from the said institution. Okay, now here, this is to answer the second paragraph in our concept paper format. Okay, why is your research important? So instead of using the word important, I use the word significant. So this study is important or significant because it provides a clear and practical description of the actual employability of criminology graduates and licensed criminologists produced by the Professional Academy of the Philippines. So for my first sentence alone, klaro na kaayo. Importante na akong research because muhatag man siya og description kung employable ba jud ang graduates or criminology graduates sa Professional Academy of the Philippines. But ako pa jong gihatagan og supporting ideas or supporting context why it is important or significant by examining and evaluating the employability outcomes of the institutions graduates, administrators, policymakers, stakeholders, and educators may develop strategies and curricular enhancement that further strengthen students' competencies during their academic and training preparation at the Professional Academy of the Philippines. So akong gi-state there is a first sentence again. This is important or the study is important because it will give us a clear description kung employable ba jud ang graduates or criminology graduates sa Professional Academy of the Philippines. Dayon, for the next sentences, akong gi-state kung ako ani siyang buhaton, gihatagan akong supporting ideas, kung ako ani siyang buhaton, pwede ko makatabang sa school admin, sa policymakers, sa stakeholders, and even sa educators so that they can develop strategies and even curricular enhancement or pag-enhance sa curriculum para mas ma-fully competent ang mga graduates nga gikan sa kana nga institution. Okay? So, I stated here why is the study important and what are the benefits of the study. And I also stated on the second paragraph sa ato ang answer from the second paragraph that this is also important because it contributes to the existing body of knowledge. So aside sa fact nga na siya practical nga benefits, naa po di ay siya theoretical benefits because mo contribute man siya sa kung unsa na ang atuang nahibaw-an, mo add man siya og additional informations to what is already known. Okay? Now, for the third paragraph, it will answer the question. Wait a moment. Okay. It will answer the question, what is the scope of the problem? Is the problem global, national, regional, or local in scope? Are there specific aspects or dimensions of the problem that you will focus on? So for the third paragraph, asa di ay na feel nga problem? Ma-feel ba na siya internationally, nationally, locally? And if so, asa man ka gusto mag-focus on? Mag-focus ba ka in national aspect, international aspect, or local aspect lang usa? Sa kung asa lang ka pwede makakandak sa study. So akong gi-state diri, the problem is national in scope as the stigma surrounding criminologists and criminology graduates primarily focuses in the Philippine setting. And yes, that's true sa ato aramang country makakita or sa ato aratang country makakita og mga tawo nga mangbash og lain nga kurso, but you cannot experience that in other countries. There are no issue or scrutiny raised against criminologists and graduates in the international setting. Walay bashing, walay scrutiny against criminologists sa Amerika, sa Europe, or asa pa na. However, akong gi-state, despite the issue being faced nationally, maskin pag ma-feel ni nga problem sa tibuok Pilipinas, ang akong study will only focus on the local aspect and will explore on the employability of criminology graduates and students, particularly, no, not students, criminology graduates and criminologists, particularly those produced by the Professional Academy of the Philippines. So muna ni siya, specific nga scope sa ako ang study. Asa na ko ikandak ang akong study o kinsa man ang ako ang target nga mga kaning respondents sa akong study. And I also need to indicate unsa man ang mga aspects or factors nga ako ang i-explore when I conduct this study. So, of course, the research will explore key factors related to the competencies of criminology graduates and criminologists in acquiring employment, including ilang board exam ratings. So, muna akong tanawon sa akong study, Latin honors obtained during graduation, and the general weighted average, or the GWA, achievements and certifications acquired throughout their educational training, and physical qualifications such as height, age, and medical conditions, if applicable. Since kaniman sila ang ato ang tanawon or ang tanawon sa employers kung mga apply na ang usa ka tawo sa trabaho. Furthermore, I will also examine the employment sectors in which the graduates are currently engaged. So ako apong tanawon kung asa sila na sector nagtrabaho right now. Is it in the private sector or is it in the public sector? And ako apong i-assess kung ang ila habang trabaho ron nag-correspond ba with their professional qualifications and academic degree. So for example, mingon ta nga criminology graduate siya pero karon kay nahimo siya nga tigbantay sa computeran. So of course that is not aligned with the degree, although there's nothing wrong about it, but you have to also understand that ang kana nga trabaho, it's not aligned with your profession. But let's say for example, you're a criminology graduate and then nag-guard ka, then that is aligned with your course, right? So I also need to assess that one. So this one here, or this specific paragraph, it answers paragraph 3. What is the scope of your problem? Okay. And here for paragraph 4, we have the historical context. So since we are talking about the historical context, of course, I need to find kani mga literary outputs that supports my studies. Okay. So according to Baibado and Estacio, they found that although most criminology graduates are employed and demonstrate strong competencies, they continue to face barriers such as strict physical requirements, including age and height, as well as limited opportunities within law enforcement agencies. So, mo ni siya ang ako ang quote, the study revealed that employment quotas were less of a concern. However, qualification mismatches and perceptions of limited skill sets remain significant challenges. So, naagi hapon ang stigma nung ang kanidang mga criminologists and criminology graduates kay limited ang ilahang skill of knowledge nga nahibaw-an and therefore maglisod ang uban og pangita og trabaho. So ako ada yung gisuportaran nga why is it relevant to my study? These findings suggest that despite possessing strong academic and professional competencies, criminology graduates and licensed criminologists encounter various obstacles, particularly in meeting physical requirements for employment in the tri-bureau and employment sector closely aligned with their degree. And I actually need to add more context here. So these findings suggest that despite possessing strong academic and professional competencies, criminology graduates and licensed criminologists encounter various obstacles. However, that does not mean that criminology graduates are less employable, but this is also a problem worth looking into because it is related to my study. Okay. And here for the second paragraph, this is just the historical context. Okay, so for my historical context, I quoted three authors. So for my second paragraph, um, Procurato, Manzano, Alamban, and Puquito reported that graduates experience difficulties in aligning their skills with the demands of diverse job markets. So for the first paragraph, I stated about the challenges because of qualification mismatches. They think that criminologists find it hard to obtain employment because they are not qualified enough. And here, for the second paragraph, I also stated that our job market has certain standards, and that's why these standards should be met. So therefore, for the second paragraph, ako ang state that in the context of modern literacy, it is no longer sufficient for graduates and licensed criminologists to rely solely on knowledge and skills obtained from the curriculum offered by the higher education institutions. Instead, they also need to develop competencies relevant to the specific jobs they intend to enter. So here for the first paragraph, ako ang state ang challenges nga no maglisod man ang criminologist o pangita og trabaho because of qualification mismatch. For the second paragraph, ako ang state that the job market has higher standards or maybe they have set a specific standards. And in order for the criminologists and criminology graduates to obtain employment, of course, they have to meet these standards. So it's not enough na mag-rely sila kung ano silang nahibawan sa eskwelahan. They need to upskill. They need to learn new things. They need to learn new skill. Okay? And here, for the third paragraph, I also stated here, um, examined 90 graduates from 2014 to 2016, revealed that while many graduates were employed, they encountered challenges such as family related responsibilities, limited work experience, and qualification mismatches. These findings further emphasize that criminology graduates and licensed criminologists face multiple factors that directly influence their employability. Therefore, conducting a tracer study specifically in the field of criminology is essential. So here mo niyang ako ang gikot nga aside sa qualification mismatch, aside sa fact nga gipang degrade na ni or gipang bash ang criminology graduates and criminologists, there are still lots of factors nga ato ang gi-face in acquiring employment. That's why ako din gi-insert sa last nga sentence sa kani nga part sa atong concept paper nga mao na importante nga mag-conduct ko og tracer studies specifically sa field of criminology para ko ma-determine whether ang kaniba nga profession o academic program is still relevant in this present time. Tungod kay gusto ko i-address ang growing concern nga ang kaning criminologists daw and criminology graduates are not employable. And here, ako adayong gi-state ang practical implication sa ako ang study or let's say practical context sa akong study. But still connected siya because nag-use ko og transition phrase. So in the aspect of job searching, the job market is highly competitive. Therefore, the findings of this study may be applied in real-world settings. So ako dayong gi-state iyang practical application or practical context. So here for this part, we need to state the practical context of our study. So imuhang i-state diha nga kung asa nimo siya pwede ma-apply or asa nimo pwede ma-apply ang result sa imuhang study, and also unsa may favorable outcomes ana imong study, unsa may pwede mausab once makakandak ka ana imong study. Now for the next paragraph, for the next paragraph, we need to state what are the expected outcomes. So here, this study is expected to determine the employability rate of criminology graduates and licensed criminologists produced by the Professional Academy of the Philippines. So ang ako ang expectation, syempre, before ta magsugod og something, naman jud kay goal, di ba? Pareho ra gud magtigom kagod niya dayon ang imong hunahuna kung mapuno ni akong alkansiya mo palit kog cellphone, mo palit kog auto. So same with thesis. Tungod kay naman kay gisugdan, so nadyo kay expectation kung unsa ang possible na outcomes. So for me, para nako ang possible outcomes is ako ang ma-determine kung employable ba ni ang criminology graduates o licensed criminologists gikan sa Professional Academy of the Philippines. O gusto sad ko mo-identify sa strengths nga maoy makapa-enhance sa employability sa ato ang na-produce nga mga graduates og ilahang competency sa lain-lain nga subject. And also, gusto po na ko i-assess ang weaknesses nga maoy makapugong nila nga makapangita or makakita og trabaho sa kaning lain-lain nga agencies. And here I also stated the findings are anticipated to provide a clear assessment of how effectively the institution's curriculum and training prepare graduates for diverse professional roles. Okay, so aside from assessing kung pila naka-graduates ang nagtrabaho karon, it will also help me understand if the curriculum that is being implemented or offered in our institution is effective in producing competent individuals. Okay? So this is for the expectations. So what are the expected outcomes? Now for the seventh paragraph, we need to state there who are our target audience. By the way, in line of paragraphs, pwede raman sa usa ka part, usara ang imuhang paragraph. But you need to make sure that your sentences is at least 5 to 7 sentences. Okay, in one paragraph, there should be at least 5 to 7 sentences. And when you are going to quote an author, you have to state the quote in the APA format, and you also need to explain why that quoted text is relevant to your study. Okay, nganong connected man siya sa imong study. So you need to provide an explanation. So for the seventh paragraph, we need to state who are the, let's see, who are the target audience of our study. So kani si target audience, pwede po ni nato sila matawag nga primary beneficiaries. Kay mao man ni sila nga atong gitawag nga maoy maka-benefit sa resulta sa ato ang study. So when we provide or state our beneficiaries or target audience, dapat magsugod yun na siya from biggest to smallest. So, from biggest to smallest, so syempre magsugod ta sa administration, magsugod then policy makers, hangtod sa maabot ta sa graduates, dayon students. Okay? So, if it's an organization, let's say mong study is you want to assess kung effective ba ni ang kaning crime prevention program sa PNP Naga. So, kinsa man ang beneficiaries sa imuhang study. So, you need to start with the organization, the Philippine National Police, NAGA, the City of Naga, the Professional Academy of the Philippines, and so on. So balipas koan siya ha from from dako to gamay. Okay, hopefully that is understandable. Now here, for the first sentence, ako ang gi-state ang akong target audience or my primary beneficiaries, okay, or primary audiences. That is just for the first sentence alone. Now, for the next sentences, I need to state the reason nganong sila man ang makabenepisyo ani akong study nga pwede man ako ra ang makabenepisyo. Nganong sila man jud specifically unsa may makuha nila gikan sa resulta sa akong study. So let's say for example, I stated that the primary beneficiaries of the study include the administration, policymakers, stakeholders, and the College of Criminal Justice of the Professional Academy of the Philippines, as well as licensed criminologists, graduates, and students. So, manako diha nga sentence. Ako then state that the administration, policymakers, and stakeholders may benefit from this study by gaining insights into the effectiveness of the current curriculum and identifying areas that may require enhancement. So sakto kaning admin di ay ang PAP admin og ang kaning tighimo og policy sa Professional Academy of the Philippines. Makabenepisyo sila sa kong study tungod kay makakuha sila og idea kung ang curriculum ba nga ilang gi-implement is still relevant in training and producing competent graduates. Or maybe it can also help them to identify the areas nga kinahanglan nila i-improve or kinahanglan nila i-enhance. Okay? So when you indicate the primary audiences or primary beneficiaries, you should start with biggest to smallest, and you have to state the primary beneficiaries in the first sentence, and then in the next sentences you need to state how they will benefit from your study, okay, or from the result of your study. Now, for the eighth paragraph, we need to state there what are the limitations and the delimitations of your study. When we say limitations, asa ra day kutob ang scope sa imong study. And when we say delimitations, unsa man ang mga related nga topics or related nga factors nga pwede nimo i-assess pero dili lang nimo apilon tungod kay murag sobra na or siguro dili ka ganahan nga maglisod-lisod ang imong kinabuhi. Okay, so for me, ang akong study is limited to assessing the graduates and licensed criminologists of the Professional Academy of the Philippines. So akong gifocusan is only the graduates o licensed criminologists, the criminology graduates and licensed criminologists of the Professional Academy of the Philippines. So kay sila raman, diha raman na limit ang akong study. So syempre wala to'y labot ang naa sa education, wala to'y labot ang nasa IT, and so on. Okay, so therefore, ang findings ana akong study, this may not be applicable to students, those who are studying in different discipline or course, so walay labot tong lain ang kurso, and professionals from other higher education. So wala po to'y labot ang kadtong mga ni graduate na sa lain nga eskwelahan nga naa sa Philippines or sa Cebu nga nag-offer og Bachelor of Science in Criminology program. Okay? So ang akong study, since akong study is only limited sa criminology graduates o licensed criminologists nga gikan sa Professional Academy of the Philippines, na ay possibility nga ang findings sa akong study dili na ma-apply sa kadtong mga tawo nga naa sa laing kurso, kadtong mga tawo nga ni graduate sa lain nga eskwelahan o kadto po mga estudyante pa. Okay? Now, um, the study will specifically focus on employing the employability of graduates and licensed criminologists. So ang tan-awon ra jud is kung employable ba ni ang graduates or ang atoang licensed criminologists. By examining, so akong tan-awon nga mga factors is ilang rating sa licensure exam, ang Latin honors obtained, and also ang kaning ilahang general weighted average, as what I have stated, general weighted average, and ilahang physical qualifications such as their age and height, and their credentials acquired through training, seminars, and related professional developments. Kung naa ba sila yung mga na kuha nga mga certification, katong kuan sila, nagandam sila nga mo apply sa government or private agency. Now, diri, ako dahil gi-state ang delimitation. So, even though, when we say delimitation, again, these are related topics, pero imuha siyang gi-exclude tungod kay murag layo na kaayo siya. Although, appeal siya sa scope sa problem, pero it's okay nga dili nimo siya apilon sa imong study. So, sa akong study, dili na nako tan-aon ang uban nga mga factors nga may influence sa employability sa usa ka tawo, such as ilahang financial constraints, kung na ba sila kwarta ipagpang-apply nila, family-related concerns, na ba sila mga problems sa ilang family, or na ba sila family problems, mo na maglisod silang pangitag trabaho, or time-related challenges encountered during job searching. So, dili na nako tan-aon kung dato ba sila, pobre ba sila, gikan ba siya sa broken family, and so on. Okay? So, when we say limitations, kinsa raman or asa raman o kinsa raman ang ma-applyan sa akong study. The limitations unsa ang mga related topics nga dili nako i-appeal sa akong study, akong i-exclude sa akong study. Okay? Now, moving forward, we have the literature review. For the literature review, since we are still making the concept paper, you just need to indicate 5 literature review for the concept paper. Okay? But take note, when we are going to make our thesis for chapters 1 to 3, it should be 16 studies, 16 studies, and 4 articles. So, wala na daytong national, international, and local. Okay? So, arita mag-focus sa 16 studies and 4 articles. Okay? Now, in line with the literature review, naapod tayo gitawag nga literature review table. So, pinaagi sa literature review summary or literature review table, amo ang ma-determine unsa man nga mga study ang imong gipangkuhaan og ideas nga applicable sa imong study. And in line with such, since you are conducting a literature review DI, this is supposedly for my students, muta jud ay ning dapat natong unahon og himo. Because when we explore studies that are related to the ideas that we have, we can also get an idea kung unsa nga research method ang atong buhaton. So let's say for example, you can see here that their methods are qualitative, quantitative, quantitative. So duha na ka quantitative, usa ka qualitative. Here, mix. So this is quanti-quali. Quali. So pila na, upat ka quali. And here we have quali. So 5 na ka quali. Dayon, 3 ka quanti. So now, daghan og qualitative, okay? So 7, I think there are 7 qualitative studies nga ako ang pangtanaw, and there are 3 quantitative, sakto ba? 1, 2, butang ta lang, this is mixed, so that's not part of the koan. So 2, 3. So there are 3 quantitative study. Now, pagtanaw nako, since na may 7 ka qualitative study, so there is a research gap. Wala ka ay nag-conduct og tracer study nga nag-use og quantitative research design. So ang ako ang gihimo is ang ako ang research should employ a quantitative research design. Okay? Now take note, if ang ato ang study or ang ato ang, let's say, pag-get og assess og data mag-use ta og numbers or statistical measurements, that is quantitative. Pero kung atong pamaagi sa pag-acquire og data is mangayo tag explanation, mangayo tag reasons, that is qualitative. So if we acquire data through numbers, that is quanti or quantitative research. If we acquire data through explanation, observation, focus group discussion, that is qualitative. Okay? Now, sa kani ako ang review, a literature review summary, I have noticed that there is a gap in research, okay? Kay gamay ra ang nag-conduct og study employing the quantitative research design. So therefore, ang akong study is also quantitative. Tungod kay gamay ra man, so makapuno siya sa knowledge. Kay kung ingon ko nga maghimo kog qualitative research, daghan naman naa naman ay existing nga mga studies nga nag-promote or nag-add og information sa kana nga aspect. So ang akong buhaton is adto ko sa part nga less kaayo ang nikanda. So that's why it's also important to see the literature review summary. So for my students there, tanawa usa ninyo, unya i-align ninyo kung asa man nga part or unsa nga research design ang less kaayo ang nikanda. Okay? Hopefully that is understandable. Now, for the literature review, again, you need to indicate 5 literature reviews. That is for concept paper alone. Pero kung maghimo na ta sa ato ang research, dapat 16 studies and 4 articles. Okay? Now, let's go here. Sakto ba? 16 studies, 4 articles. Let me check my notes. Kaya basin malimot ko, ha? Okay, so that is 16 studies and 4 articles. Okay, now here in the first paragraph sa akong literature review, in an increasingly globalized world, the demand for skilled criminology professionals extend beyond national boundaries. So here, for the first paragraph, I stated that the criminology as a course and as a program offers various career opportunities. So, nangita ko og study nga mo support nga ngano man kaning criminology program mag-offer siya lain-lain nga career opportunities. So I quoted Maypa et al. Okay? For the second paragraph, ako ang gi-quote unsa ang relevance sa ato ang tracer study. Nganong importante ang tracer study. And next, for the third paragraph, I stated nga para asa na ang tracer study? Is it just to measure kung naabay daghan nga mga graduates nga naa na sa workforce, or is it also measurement of the effectiveness of the curriculum? And I also stated kung kanibang pag-join sa workforce will have a great implication in our country. Like, will it also help our economy, our country, and so on. Okay? So you just need to read this one for my students, but for those who wants to have a copy of this sample of the concept paper, you can just message me. But the main idea sa related literature or the literature review is kung mag-state gani ka sa first paragraph about criminology, i-explain what is criminology and how is it connected to your study. Kung mag-state gani, since nag-state naman ka sa first paragraph about criminology, so of course, imong second paragraph, dili na dyan na dapat redundant. So nag-state ka about criminology, and since akong study is about employability, so sa second paragraph, I will discuss about employability. Sa third paragraph, I will discuss about tracer studies. For the fourth paragraph, I will discuss about the implication of tracer studies. So dapat connected sila, although lahi-lahi silang context, but they are still connected. Nakuha ninyo? Dili kay magbalik-balik ang inyong gipang state diha nga mga literature review nga same ra ang context. Hopefully that is understandable. So that is for literature review, and you should have at least 5 literary outputs. Okay, but that is only for the concept paper. Okay, moving forward, we need to indicate the problems and goals. So diri na nato ibutang kung unsa man ang main problem nga gusto nato i-address sa ato ang study. So for me, the study or the gap that the study seeks to address is the evaluation of employability of criminologists and criminology graduates from the Professional Academy of the Philippines. So I want to examine the factors that will influence their employment opportunities. As what I have said, kung nakagraduate ba sila with Latin honor, pila ilang general weighted average, pila ilang licensure examinations, and so on. And I also want to determine kung asa man nga sector na employ ang ato ang graduates in. Is it in the private or public sector, and so on. Okay? And of course, since naman diri problems and goals, after nako state ang problems, of course, I also need to state the intended goal. So after nako gi-state ang problems, ako dang i-state kung unsa man ang possible outcomes after I study or after I conduct this study. So I stated there that through this assessment, the research intends to evaluate the effectiveness of the institution's curriculum and training programs by analyzing the employment outcomes of its graduates. So muna siya ang goal, and also to identify potential strengths and areas for improvement in the academic preparation. So these are the goals. So in my problem, I want to assess kung employable ba ang criminology and criminology graduate and criminologist from the Professional Academy of the Philippines by looking into different factors. And the goal is to determine and evaluate the effectiveness of the institution's curriculum, because if there are lots of graduates nga employed at this time or during the time na nagconduct ko sa study, then it is a great indicator that the curriculum is effective. So hopefully that is understandable. Now for the methodology, when we say methodology, mo ni siya ang pamaagi kung unsaon nimo pag-conduct ang study. So diri na pod mosulod si quantitative and qualitative research design. Again, if your research method, so let's say magkuha ka og data pinaagi sa pag-interview sa mga tao by getting explanation, by asking about their life story, or let's say asking about their reasonings on certain topics, then that is qualitative. Pero kung imong gusto nga kuhaon nga data is only the number of people, let's say for me, the employability of criminology graduates, gusto ko makibaw pila man ang naa sa private sector, pila ang nasa public sector. So ako raman ng itali, ako raman ng ipangbutang sa table. So that is quantitative. Now, my study will employ a quantitative, descriptive, cross-sectional survey design. It is quantitative and descriptive because I will use numbers to gather data. So the study aims to gather measurable and numerical data. And it is descriptive because it will provide an objective description of graduates' employment conditions, qualifications, and competencies. So it is quantitative and descriptive tungod kay magkuha ko sa ako ang data through numerical assessment, okay? Or it is a numerical data. It is descriptive because it provides a clear description about what is currently happening, okay? And after that, so here, as you can see in the first paragraph, ako nang gi-state, sa first sentence akong gi-state unsa man ang akong research design, ako then gi-explain why it is appropriate for my study and why is the quantitative descriptive approach appropriate to my for my study. And I also need to explain that through this method, I can systematically identify patterns and trends related to factors influencing employability. Now, I also stated that I will adopt a cross-sectional survey design because it intends to collect data from respondents at a single point in time rather than tracking them over an extended period. So it is cross-sectional survey tungod kay magkuha man ko og data from different respondents pero sa usara ka panahon dili ko maghuwat og dugay nga panahon. Okay? And this is suitable because it provides a snapshot of the graduate's current employment status, sector affiliation, and professional qualifications. Okay, so moving forward, I also stated here unsa man ang ako ang sampling technique. So when we say sampling techniques, unsa na to pag-gather ang ato ang data. So for me, I will use purposive sampling. So there are different types of sampling techniques. Wait a moment, let me just use my annotation here. So we actually have purposive I don't know if you can see this one. So here we have purposive sampling. We have probable sampling. We have random sampling, convenient sampling, and so on. You can also search on this, okay? For me, I use the purposive sampling. Tungod kay naman ko'y certain criteria nga dapat ma-meet sa akong respondents. Di man ko maka-choose maskin kinsa ra. Okay? So that's why ang kadto akong kuhaan og data, they serve a purpose. So dapat na ay criteria nga dapat nilang i-meet. When we say probable sampling, this is a type of sampling techniques nga atong gi-live into the probability. So um, let's say for example, na gusto ka mag-conduct og data. So this is a number where every member of a population has a known, non-zero, and often equal chance of being selected for a study, ensuring high representativeness and minimal bias. So here, muna siya ang klase sa technique nga kung asa ang tanan nga member sa usa ka population kay naay chance nga makaparticipate sa imuhang study. And sa probable sampling, diha pod mo sulod ang imuhang cluster method. Okay? Wait a moment. Asa naman to? Okay. Sa probable sampling, diha pod apply ang cluster method. So let's say for example, ang imuhang respondents is whole fourth year. In PAP, there are four majors. I think LD, FI, FB, basta mo na siya, FB, and QD. When we do probable sampling, tanan population from these majors na ay kaning opportunity to participate in the study. Pero dapat man mo apply sa imong cluster kay sa usa ka study dapat 100 raman ka participants, okay? Pero kung imo rang pilion ang mga tao, then that will be biased. That's why mag-create ta og clusters nga sa usa ka section mag-create og kagagmay pod nga mga cluster and so on. So that is probable sampling. Para tanan tao nga sa naa sa usa ka population is kaning makaparticipate. And probable sampling is imuha na siyang ma-apply kung ang imuhang study is mag-focus on certain year and certain location or sa mga residents sa usa ka area, okay? Random sampling from the word random, maskin kinsa. So let's say for example, ang imuhang study is about the sa man to naa sa akong estudyante, the satisfaction of school facilities. So, syempre, dapat tanan nga estudyante and even ang kaning mga instructors nga naa sa eskwelahan, pwede nimo ipa-participate sa imuhang study. It's called random tungod kay maskin kinsa pwede nimong mapili hangtod sa maabot siya sa 100 ka respondents or 100 ka answers. Convenient sampling, from the word convenience, sa kung kinsa lang ang available. So kung imuhang study is about gusto ka makibaw kung satisfied ba ang students sa CR sa imong eskwelahan. So kay convenient sampling man, adto ra ka maghuwat sa eskwelahan dapit sa not sa eskwelahan, sa CR dapit niya dayon mangayo dayon kag ideas sa kadtong gikan nga nagamit sa eskwelahan. So that is convenient. So those are the different sampling techniques, okay? And you can apply those kung unsaon imo pag-gather of data. And for the purpose of my study, I'm using the purposive sampling technique. Tungod kay ang pag-gather sa data is naa siya'y purpose. And kaning mga participants sa akong study dapat mokapas og certain criteria. Dapat gikan sila sa PAP, dapat graduate sila sa PAP, or dapat licensed criminologist sila. Okay? Hopefully that is understandable. And here, I also need to identify unsa man ang statistical tool nga ako ang i-employ para ako ang ma-assess or ma-analyze ang data nga ako ang nag-gather. So I will use frequency distribution, percentage, mean, and ranking to summarize and interpret the employability status of and qualifications of the respondents. So akong statistical tools, when we say statistical tools, unsa man ang ato ang gamiton nga mean or let's say pamaagi para atong ma-interpret ang atong data. So frequency distribution, kapila man na siya mag-appear. So let's say for example, survey ko og napo ka graduates or napo ka criminologists. Kani siya unemployed, kani siya employed. Okay? So frequency distribution na ni answer upat ka unemployed, unom ka employed. So it means mas higher day ang rate sa employment compared sa kadtong unemployed. Tag percentage atong tan-awon pila ka percent ang employed, pila ka percent ang unemployed, pila ka percent ang naa sa private sector, pila ka percent ang nasa public sector. And mean, when we say mean, pila man ang that is mode, right? When we say mean, ato sang i-search, kinalimot na ko. When we say mean, so muna siya, measure of central tendency calculated by summing all data points in data set and dividing by the total number of observations. So muna siya pag, for example, napo ka kaning research participants. I actually have a note for that one. Let me check. Napo ka research participant, and then ato na siyang i-divide. Let's see. Ato na siyang divide kung pila. No. Atong i-add tanan numbers. So let's say for example, employment, unemployment, okay? Na ay 4 diri, na ay 6 diri. So aton ni siyang i-add. So there are 10. Dayon imong i-divide into how many participants are there, okay? So that is the mean, or let's just say pila ang average sa usa ka sector or usa ka not the problem but usa ka table or kaning factor nga imong gitan-aw or usa ka part nga imong gitan-aw. So that is the mean. And ranking, so that means asa ang first, asa second, and third, okay? So for the methodology, you need to indicate your research design. Diri pod di ay mo gawas ang types of research. So if you will look into the type of research, ako na naghihimuan og video. We have the descriptive research, we have the experimental research, we have the illuminative research, and so on. So just look at that video, and then you can assess for yourself unsa may applicable nga kaning research method nga imuha ma-apply, or type of research ang imong ma-apply sa imong research, okay? So for the methodology, you need to identify your research design and type of research, and you also need to identify your sampling techniques. Unsay mong gamiton nga sampling techniques, you can also search on that. And you also need to identify unsa ang imong statistical tools nga gamiton if you are going to employ a quantitative research design, okay? And here for the timeline, of course, you need to give out a feasible and clear description of your timeline. Kanang kibaw ka nga possible siya nga mahitabo o kung hangtod asa or kanus-a ang imuhang research. Okay? As for me, for February and March, I conducted a literature review and concept paper preparation. Apil na po diha ang kaning concept proposal hearing. For March to April, muna siya pag-prepare nako sa chapters 1 to 3, the introduction, review of the related literature, and research methodology. April to May, preparation of survey design and data collection. May to June, data analysis, muna preparation of survey design, katong ansiranan sa ato ang respondents. Then data collection, muna ng time na magpa-answer ta sa ato ang survey. And here, May to June, mag-data analysis na ko. So, ako nang i-interpret ang akong data. Dayon, if naa may correction sa July, muna nang pagsuwat sa ako ang research paper, and if need i-correct, mag-revise ko. And lastly, August is the submission and presentation of findings. So that is the clear timeline, okay? And of course, lastly, for the references, so this is still following the APA format. I hope that is somewhat understandable. And please, for my students, improve your